Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Also featured on the Roar on 99.1, 93.5, and 94.7 HD2. Good morning, Ann.
Good morning.
Apparently we're divas this morning.
We are divas for requesting water in this goddamn building. What the hell's going on?
I
You
don't
gotta change things around here.
Listen. Fish woke up angry today, in case anybody
Fish
was
woke up
wondering.
on one because some country that nobody gives a rip about qualified for the World Cup.
Whoa,
my goodness.
whoa. What do you mean I woke up angry? I woke up happy.
Well, you're not acting like it.
Well, that's because I'm nervous. That's why.
Why? Why are you nervous, buddy?
Because New Zealand plays Costa Rica today, and I'm going to have a heart attack if they go to penalties today. I'm
England
nervous.
plays Costa Rica?
No,
What does
New
that
Zealand
matter?
plays Costa Rica.
New Zealand.
World Cup qualifier.
Isn't New Zealand and Australia the same thing?
No, they're two different countries.
Who cares? Let's get the show started. Hope everybody's having a good morning so far. Thank you for tuning into the Morning Woodward Show. Maddie, last night, the Golden State Warriors Boston Celtics Game 5 of the NBA Finals was everything nobody expected.
Yeah, pretty much.
Everyone expected Steph Curry and the Warriors to come out and be led by Steph Curry, and that Steph Curry was going to be their leader. He was going to lead the team in points. He was going to be the guy that led the team in assists. He was going to carry the team in.
Nope.
He actually was. He actually was. And I'm gonna defend Steph Curry this morning. Not that he needs to be
He lost
defended.
me some money yesterday, so.
Well, that's you're biased. I can't help biased people.
What do you mean
Andrew
I'm
Wiggins.
biased? I bet my money on the Celtics, first of all.
Oh, you're an idiot.
But I bet on Steph
Why are you
Curry's
betting
points.
without consulting me?
I don't need to consult you about anything. Thank you very much.
I think you should about betting.
No, I do very well.
Well, that's why you end up with Blake Griffin, so I'll leave it at that. We need to move on. Andrew Wiggins.
No one else knows what you're talking about.
Well, you keep talking, everyone's going to find out. Anyways, guys. Andrew Wiggins had his breakout game yesterday. 16 rebounds, 26 points, led the way. There was no answer for Andrew Wiggins, and that's amazing, by the way. You want to talk about a story of life, adversity? That's it right there. Drafted number 1 overall by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Traded for Kevin Love right away. Goes to Minnesota. Never amounts to anything special. An all-star. Nice player. Not the number 1 overall pick in the draft that you want to change your franchise. So what do the Warriors do? They take D'Angelo Russell. They ship him there, and they somehow get Andrew Wiggins, who at the time, keep in mind, arguably had one of the worst contracts perceived around all of the entire NBA. And the Warriors got him. And I don't want to hear, the Warriors, the difference. Brian Windhorst, that fat ass, he is the biggest jackass in the world, by the way, Brian Windhorst. The worst commentary I've ever seen. Oh, the Golden State Warriors. Let me tell you about the Golden State Warriors, Maddie. Last night was a checkbook game. The Warriors opened up the checkbook, and that's why they beat the Boston Celtics. They drafted Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Steph Curry. What the hell are you talking about, Kevon Looney? They drafted all those players. Oh, excuse me, they traded for Andrew Wiggins, who nobody wanted at the time. Because he, again, had the worst contract in the NBA perceived. They developed Jordan Poole. The checkbook difference. Last night was why Steph Curry has to be one of the greatest superstars ever. And in the sense that he makes an impact even when he's off the ball. What happens in a typical game, guys? Let's just talk about it out loud. By the way, lines are all open today. 313-552-6322. You're all more than welcome to call in today. But the point is, off ball, Steph Curry, who had the best plus-minus on the entire Golden State roster? Everybody that started, of all the starters, who had the best plus-minus? Steph Curry. How's that possible? Less than 20 points? Only 8 assists? Why? Because Steph Curry runs around and wreaks havoc. And when Steph Curry's running off of screens and running around, running from corner to corner, you know what that allows? It allows Gary Payton to cut and get a free basket. It allows Andrew Wiggins to attack the basket. Boston, you're in trouble. Robert Williams gave you 30 minutes. He's arguably your most important player. He gave you 30 minutes, and you lost. And it wasn't even close. and you beat the Warriors at their own game. You beat them in the third quarter, and you still lost. Yesterday was a feel-good day. I felt really good about that. Andrew Wiggins finally showing up and showing what he could be all this time. I don't want to hear the complaints of, well, look at the team the Warriors have. The Celtics are the better team, actually. The Celtics have more players in their prime. The Celtics had the number one in defensive and offensive efficiency rating in the NBA when Udoka took over. Since January, I believe, 21st or 27th. I don't want to hear it. Oh, well, Adam, Neil Rule. Neil, we have a problem this morning. Neil Rule. Oh, well, I think Andrew Wiggins has been the best player in the series. Shut the hell up, Neil. I love you, buddy. Shut the hell up. No, he hasn't. This was his first big game, and boy, did they need it. But I don't want to hear that Steph Curry hasn't been the most impactful player. He was the most impactful player on the court last night. If you watched the damn game. He had the most impact. When he was off the floor, the team sucked. When he was on the court, they were much better. Oh, well, Adam, it happens with any superstar. Excuse me. Sit your ass down. You're going to come and give me that face? Sit your ass down. Guys, I don't even know where Kory's office is. All I know is I heard a million footsteps before he ran into the studio. Scared the living hell out of me. Oh, my goodness. Kory, look, I got beef. I got beef with Neil Rule right now. I got beef.
That's why I ran in here with them.
Oh, yeah. Have a seat, buddy. We're going to get into this. I have beef with Neil Rule. I have a beef with Ryan Armani this morning.
You have beef with everyone all the time.
Well, everyone's wrong all the time. Sorry, I can't help myself. All right. Kory? Neil Rule in the chat last night. By the way, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
You tear any new hamstring? Any new?
Oh, I embarrassed the hell out of myself yesterday. You know what I learned yesterday? First off,
stick to basketball.
Funny you should mention. Funny you should mention that. So, during the Lions had a media combine. And they had 6 drills. 4 of them were football. One was like a golf thing. I didn't even know they had a golf thing in the back. And the other was basketball. The last one was basketball. Which one did I actually do well on? Basketball.
Yeah.
Everything else? Look,
that makes sense.
Trash.
Makes sense, man.
Hey,
Look,
man,
Neil Rule yesterday says Andrew Wiggins has been the best player in the series. That's just a
How?
I don't know.
How? But with Steph Curry, before yesterday's game, was averaging 34 points per game and 6 rebounds, 34 points per game on 50% shooting, 49% behind the arc. Andrew Wiggins is not even up to what maybe yesterday. He's not even averaging 18 points. How?
I share your sentiment, buddy.
How?
I love the energy.
What are you gonna do? Oh, we're gonna do this. We're not gonna do this 2015 crap again, are we? He has a bad game and
no. The LeBron stopper back in 2015, Mr. 36, 12, and 10 a night. Yeah, Iguodala stopped LeBron. Okay. Hey, look, whatever. You guys want to hate on Steph Curry? Be my guest. There's no doubt, and I think Neil has an agenda behind it because Neil, like me, is a big Isaiah Thomas fan.
Okay.
I love Isaiah. I think he's the second greatest point guard of all time. It is becoming more and more clear to me, with or without this finals, that Steph Curry truly is the second greatest point guard of all time. I don't think it's close anymore.
It's hard to debate that because here, Steph Curry's, if they win this finals, see, you know what? I'm not even going to say this finals. Let's leave that alone. Steph Curry, arguably, not even arguably anymore, he is the greatest shooter we've ever seen, flat out. 3 NBA chips. 2-time back-to-back. He's back-to-back MVP. We have never seen a guy be able to shoot the ball and dish it out the way he can. Never. He's changed the game of basketball. Isaiah Thomas, he's number 3. He's a clear number 3. But Steph Curry changed the way basketball is played today. People try to play the game like Steph Curry, and they can't.
Yeah, people think it's all shooting. His movement off the ball, I believe, is the greatest of any superstar in the history of the NBA.
And people underrate Steph's handles.
Oh, well, underrate his defense. Who dribbled by him yesterday? Who got free buckets yesterday on Steph? I forgot. Isn't he the worst defender in the league? Isn't that something like that? Oh, he's finished top 10 in defensive efficiency rating for point guards.
And if I'm not mistaken, he led the league in steals for a couple of years.
Wait, what was that?
Do you think he led the league in steals a couple years, if I'm not mistaken?
He's not going to get 2 steals a night, 2 blocks. He's no Marcus Smart right now. Fine. But don't sit there and tell me the guy can't play a lick of defense. He's in front of his assignment every single time up and down the court. And if you get beat, you get beat in the NBA.
But Steph gives effort.
I don't want to hear it.
He gives effort. And normally when you see guys like that who can shoot at a high clip, they don't really care about defense. They kind of sag off. Steph don't sag off. If he gets beat, he gets beat. But he's out there trying, and a lot of times he's able to pick somebody's pocket and all the way down the other court.
Yeah, look, I am biased this morning also because I did bet on Steph Curry under 5.5 threes, so I was very happy about that. I bet on the Boston Celtics. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why don't you call me? Text me. What's wrong with you?
Well, I
would have
do not
talked
want
you
to
out of
talk
it.
to you any more than I already have to during the day. So
You say that with a microphone in your hand. You act totally different outside of the show, but I'll leave that alone.
you never Snapchatted me back last night, actually.
I didn't even look at Snapchat.
Rude.
Sorry. I'm not on social media.
You snapped me first.
Did I?
Yes.
I don't even remember. Whatever.
He was probably drinking Gypsy vodka.
Look, at the end of the day, Game 5, I think, is everything I thought it would be. Jason Tatum, I don't want to hear that he's a superstar, by the way.
No.
3 fourth-quarter free throws missed. He airballed a 3-point shot. I don't want to hear it. That's about as LeBron-esque as it could get in the finals. I hate to throw LeBron under the bus this morning, but that's just the truth. That looked like LeBron against the Mavericks back in the day when he was with the Miami Heat. It was that bad.
This is also what prevents me from calling Jason Tatum a superstar as well. Now, I'm on the record of anybody who watches me on social media. I say that this guy should be an NBA MVP over the next couple of seasons. I think he's going to get at least one. But he has to overcome that inconsistency of how he's playing. Right now, I mean, up until yesterday, he's averaging less than 25 points per game on 34% shooting. You can't do that right now against the Golden State Warriors, especially when you are the best player on your team. You can't do that. Right now, the best player on the Celtics is Jaylen Brown, clearly. And he didn't have the greatest
If
game
I
yesterday.
see another tweet or another meme of Jason Tatum and Kobe Bryant next to each other, all right? Look, you know what? I don't like calling people out. Yeah, I do. But you know, I don't like saying mean things. All right? There's a line I don't like crossing. Jason Tatum is about as close to the P word as it gets right now. And I'm going to tell you why. Before the series starts, talks about how, he wasn't sure if he was the guy. The hell you do say that before the NBA Finals. If I was a Boston Celtics fan, I'd be ripping his ass apart. Are you kidding me? Before the NBA Finals, you're going to come out and say, yeah, I am insecure, basically. I'm not sure if I'm that guy. And it took a long way for me to get here. Really? Really? Bulletin material right there for the Golden State Warriors. Get out of here. Get that out of here. Oh, it's okay to talk about. Yeah, it's okay to talk about your problems. Not before the NBA Finals. How about you shut the hell up? How about you focus on winning?
Somebody, I see it on Twitter. I wish I screenshot the meme. They said they're putting like Jason Tatum as almost like Paul George now, and I think that's the MVP talent, but in the postseason doesn't play to the full potential. I kind of want to go with that meme, except for the fact that Tatum did get them to the finals, but I'm kind of feeling like that right now about Jason Tatum. He has to ball out.
Tatum needs 40 if Boston wants to win Game 6. It's that simple. Brown's not giving you 40.
No.
Smart's not giving you 40. Derek White gave you 1 point last night, by the way. So if you're Boston, by the way, as negative as I can be towards Boston this morning, if Derek White scores 12 points yesterday, which is about normal for him, Boston wins the game. Al Horford, off. Derek White, off. But they're so reliant on them. And like I said, Robert Williams gave you 30 minutes, guys. And you lost that basketball game. If you told me Robert Williams was going to give me 30 minutes every single night during the NBA Finals, I would have picked Boston to win the series before the series started.
One of my favorite follows on Twitter, Dragonfly Jones, he said this: when you lose a winnable game against the Warriors are going to beat the F out of you the next game. It's science.
Warriors will win by 20 plus. Take the alternate spread in Game 6.
Warriors, I think if it went to a Game 7, the Warriors will win. They're not trying to go to a Game 7. Warriors are going out for the kill shot.
In the Miami series with Boston, Did Boston not look tense in the fourth quarter of a majority of that series? They have now looked like that 3 out of the 5 games. They have been held under 20 points in 3 out of the 5 games. They are getting tense, especially the last 2. This is the 3rd time they've been held under 100 points in the finals. Smart gave you 20. Brown gave you a decent amount of numbers. He gave you, 18? Tatum gave you 27, but it was very inefficient. Steph Curry was off. He stopped shooting the ball. He started running around and making problems, and Andrew Wiggins took over.
Man,
That's called being a superstar.
But here's one thing that a lot of people are overlooking. Everybody's talking about Boston's defense being number one. And it's true. Boston defense is number 1. Who's number 2? The Warriors. The Warriors' offense is so deadly that people overlook their defense.
Gary Payton, low-key MVP. Gary Payton, low-key, so valuable. Came back in game 2. He's been a big difference, but we do need to go to break. When we get back, the Lions have the 2nd largest championship drought, only behind the Arizona Cardinals. We'll discuss what it'll take for them to get over that hump and what that timeline looks like. But before we do, the best defense on and off the field, Maddie, Guardian Alarm.
That is Guardian Alarm. They will keep you safe, give you peace of mind, whether you're at home, on the road. They're 24/7 local monitoring. Make sure what's important to you is safe. Give them a call today at 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's right, you heard fish. 1-800-STAY-OUT right now, and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
When you need apparel, there is only one place to go, and that is Big Frog in Novi. They have no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround time, so you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi today, or give them a call at 844-4-BIG-FROG.
All right, we're back here on the Morning Woodward Show. Kory joining us to talk some Detroit Lions. Kory, the Lions have the 2nd longest championship drought in the NFL. I'm going to read off the list of top 10. Don't worry about the years. A little irrelevant. We can get to that in a little bit. Number 1, the Cardinals. 2nd longest drought, the Detroit Lions. 3rd, the Chargers. 4th, the Bills. 5th, the Browns. 6th, the Falcons. 7th, the Bengals. 8th, the Vikings. 9th, the Jets. And 10th, the Dolphins. Guys, do you know what every team on this list has in common? That the Detroit Lions, and I believe only the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets don't have. They've all been to the Super Bowl. Dolphins under Marino, they lost. Vikings have been to the Super Bowl 4 in a decade, actually, in the 70s. The Bengals as recently as last year, but they also got there back, I want to say, in the late 80s, I believe. The Falcons recently with Matt Ryan. The Browns, I don't believe, have been in a Super Bowl since the championship days, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. The Buffalo Bills, who have been to 4 Super Bowls in the 90s and are now one of the better teams. Yeah, we don't even have to talk about that. The Chargers, who were perennial division winners, consistently in AFC title games, divisional rounds, not a slump franchise. And then you have the Cardinals, who have been to a Super Bowl under Kurt Warner, and the Detroit Lions. You know, Kory, you're in the building. You understand what's going on in Allen Park, at least from a culture standpoint. You need culture and a culture of winning to be able to get and win a championship. I believe setting the goal and expectation of winning a championship is a bit much, depending on your situation. For the Lions, I think that's irrelevant. I think what the Lions need to focus on is becoming perennial division contenders. When they do that, that affords you the opportunity to become a championship team, right? And I look at 65 years since their last championship. Okay, no problem. What I see is a team outside of the Browns and the Jets. Those are the three teams on that list that just suck and have sucked. Everybody else has put together multiple runs. And runs don't need to be getting to a Super Bowl. Getting to the championship conference game. That's nice.
And also, too, real quick, because I was thinking, Jets did go with, they won with Joe Namath.
Yeah, since then, though.
Since then, yes. Okay, yeah.
So they're on 53 years,
Woo.
right? So since that point, and this is the crazy part, by the way.
Damn, that was 53 years.
You ready for this?
Okay.
75 years for the Cardinals. 65 for the Lions. What do you think the Chargers and the Bills drought is? How long do you think it is without a championship?
Without a championship? Damn. 30?
62 years.
60
each. I just want you to understand the teams that the Chargers and the Bills have had in their respective franchise history. They have had some teams, and they have given their fan base moments. See, if I'm a Chargers fan, if I'm a Bills fan, I can live with myself. I really want a championship, but I have Josh Allen. I know I might have an opportunity to see one in my lifetime. When you're the Lions and you suck dick for 65 straight years, sorry, Kory, that doesn't give the fan base anything to work with outside of 1991. 1991, the fan base was like, all right, we're next. This is our decade. Nope. I go to the team that's fifth on the list that are very similar to the Lions, the Browns. They've sucked all their entirety.
Yeah.
You look at the Falcons. That is a tricky one because they've been really bad and they've had some really good teams, and they've also had a lot of their history kind of in the middle of, we're not awful, we're not great, but we're just meh.
Yeah, but you guys still got to give them the credit off the fact that, hey, they're meh, but they got 2 NFC championships.
Well, the next team, the number 2, they've been to 2 Super Bowls. And that's the Cincinnati Bengals. But the Bengals, people always compare the Bengals to the Lions. Marvin Lewis, Jim Caldwell. Marvin Lewis was winning division titles. Yeah, he couldn't win a playoff game.
Save his life.
He overstayed his welcome. He wasn't allowed to spend money in free agency, number 1. And number 2, they were winning that division. Start with winning the division. Building blocks, people. Then you look at the Vikings. 4 Super Bowl appearances in the 70s. I believe 5, 6, or I believe it could be even 7 NFC championship appearances since 1980. That's being relevant. That's every 4 or 5 years we're in an NFC title game. Holy hell if we could say that in this town. The Jets suck. Miami have been irrelevant since Marino. So here we are. Of all those teams, who's most likely? Obviously the Chargers and the Bills and the Bengals. Those are the 3. But of the teams that you wouldn't expect, I would say the Lions are closer to ending their championship drought than I could argue the Browns. I don't like their situation right now. I'm not sure what's going on with Deshaun Watson. Do I like their team more? Sure. But they are one bad decision away from losing the head coach, losing the GM, quarterback going to jail, or quarterback getting suspended for 1.5 years, 2 years. Who knows? You don't know. I don't like that situation. So, Kory, for me, when we talk about ending a drought, when you have a drought as long as the Lions have had, I think the fan base, and tell me if I'm wrong, and call in if you think I'm wrong, I think the fan base would accept a 30-year championship drought if it meant in the 30 years you won the division 7, 8, dare I say 10 times. So every 3 years, you got to 3, 4, dare I say 5 NFC title games, 1 every 6 years.
At least when you're winning division titles, you're showing that you're a contender. You're competing. I mean, maybe throw in a playoff game every now.
People
every
dog
blue
on the
moon.
Chargers back with Phillip Rivers when they were in San Diego.
But they were winning.
They were winning.
They were winning. You could go to Chargers games and expect at least they could win this game.
You know, when we say, "Oh, Detroit versus everybody," or Detroit, the Lions are unlucky. You know who's unlucky? Buffalo. How about you get to 4 straight Super Bowls and lose them all? How about you push 2 field goals? How about you try that? Try losing that way. That's unlucky.
The Lions are not unlucky. The Lions were just
Bad.
ran poorly. Up until
Very
recently.
poorly up until now.
Yeah.
And that's going to lead me to my next question for you. Is I've never been more confident in any front office than I have with this Detroit Lions group right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I also, look, man, you have to say it. Sheila's made some good decisions. And I can be nice. I can say all the right things. I can say that I like what I'm seeing. Eventually, it's going to have to show on the field, right? That product needs to win. But if I'm going to ignore that for now, in this vacuum, Brad Holmes the best GM already that they've ever had, and that's sad. It's actually sad that I'm saying that.
It's low. Not to discredit Brad Holmes, but the bar was really low.
Yes. And Sheila Hamp, she's brought in some good people. And when we look at the Lions coaching staff, the front office, even the kid they just brought over from USC, like, when does that happen? That doesn't happen under William. That doesn't happen under Martha. So even with Sheila, I have to acknowledge she's done some good things.
Well, from things that I've heard, she doesn't like losing. She doesn't like being embarrassed. And
Where the hell was she for the last 58 years?
she was sitting back and letting everybody else do it. But when she took over, from what I've heard, she has a bit of a competitive streak. She doesn't like losing. She doesn't like being embarrassed. And and then if you look at how she did when she took over, I felt that like she was trying to get her feet wet. She went ahead and let Quinn Trish just overstay their welcome. But last year, I count that as really year 1 of Sheila, because she went ahead and said, "Okay, I'm cleaning house and doing things my way." Now we're about to see what year 2 does. Year 1 was not great results to start off with. Still didn't finish with great results since 3-13-1. But you saw what they're trying to build. You're like, okay, this is tangible. We're bad this year, but I see the vision of what you're trying to bring here. Let's keep the momentum going. And then you do that with a great draft. You're able to keep your staff together. You improve the team. Now you want to see if that, comes to life this season.
Fans aren't stupid in this town. Look, are they stupid in moments? Sure, fine.
Yeah.
Happens to every fan base. But I refuse to believe that the Detroit Lions fan base wouldn't be willing participants in a growth process, because they would identify if it is. The Pistons being an 8 seed with Reggie Jackson, Andre Drummond, that's not growth. That was
putting a Band-Aid on a problem. Like
that's not wanting to go into a rebuild.
Yeah.
That nobody wants that product. Nobody wants to be the 8 seed team that doesn't know what they're doing moving forward, and they can't draft in the lottery, which means they can't even get a good player. Nobody wants to be in that position. Pistons fans called it out. Lions fans will call out if your rebuild is basically BS. So I'd like to think they're on the right track. I like what I'm hearing from Kory out of Allen Park. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but eventually on that field, it's going to have to turn good.
Well, the thing is, for it to even be a winning product, everybody has to buy in to what the vision is, what the culture is. I hate when some people try to say that culture doesn't get you W's. Yes, it does, because you got to have the culture in place to even get those W's. I think right now that is what they're trying to build, but it all sounds good. They just have to go ahead and put out a winning product. Right now, with the team that they have in place, I'm just going to say it, I don't see a reason why they should have less than 7 wins.
Oh, I'm with you.
I really don't, because I don't want them to play if this happened last year, they won 3 games. They won 3? Let's say 3.5.
They were a bad football team.
They were a bad football team.
And they were poorly coached for the first 8, 9, or 10 of those games.
And now you have improved your roster. You made a change at offensive coordinator that is already paying dividends with the QB. You got players that are coming back in better shape than they were last year. DeAndre Swift, jacked. Jamal Williams, still a big guy, but looked like he lost weight. He's just big by nature, but he looked like he lost weight. Guys are coming in with a chip on their shoulder, wanting to play hard for the coaches. It doesn't give you a W just saying it, but for right now, it's a plus from where Lions fans were subject to the past 3 years. So they got to get it done, but I think I don't want to be that. I don't want to be a homer and get people hopes up.
No,
but,
I get it. I get it.
Trying to temper the
It's fair.
expectations, but
That's fair. You know what else? You know what else is fair? The amazing deals and food over at Big Boy. We're going to be there Friday, Maddie.
Oh,
yes,
snap.
we are, because it is the last week of the Strawberry Fest. It ends on Sunday, so make sure you head on over to your local Big Boy. They brought back some of their breakfast classics. Shut up, Kory. Like the strawberry waffle hotcakes. They even have a new strawberry bacon chicken wrap. And don't forget their very delicious strawberry pie for just $1.99 with the purchase of $7.99 or more. Catch us at the Big Boy in Taylor on Friday. All 3 shows will be live, but head on over to your local Big Boy.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. We've got our boy Jeff Iafrate back in the studio now. Welcome.
What it do? How you guys?
Oh, we're good. We're chilling, man. Nice to have you on. I was on half court last night, by the way.
He was. He brought
First
the
appearance. First appearance with Jeff and Shauna.
It's your first appearance on there?
I don't get
for
invited.
you.
Nobody invites me back there on any other stuff.
Okay.
I
That
is a lie.
barge in.
You know why
would
that
they?
is.
I don't blame them.
Yeah, because no one knows what you're going to say.
Fish, shut the hell up.
Look, I'm
Jeff.
trying to be happy. I'm nervous as hell right now.
God, Fish, I love you.
Jeff,
I might die by the end of the
Pistons
day.
have the number 5 overall pick.
Yeah.
I do want to segue into some Pistons conversation. We're 9 days away from the NBA draft. You've been consistent on Shaedon Sharpe.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an off-season acquisition or a move that the Pistons make that will change your mind one way or the other?
No.
With a certain player?
No, it won't. Regardless, if they make Keegan Murray, Jaden Ivey, or Shaedon Sharpe, I think the big thing is addressing the draft first, and then we'll move to free agency. Because people talk about DeAndre, and it's going to be interesting if they trade Jeremy Grant, they acquire the 7th pick or 14, or if they trade up for 4, which I don't think they'll do. But no, it doesn't affect much of what they're going to do. I mean, even if they take, it really depends. I think more so on the Jeremy Grant trade, because if you trade Jeremy Grant, I think Keegan Murray makes a lot more sense. But again, that's probably the only domino that's going to have to fall before I really solidify it. If Jeremy Grant gets traded, I'm probably leaning slightly Keegan Murray. But as of right now, Adam, despite me liking Shaedon Sharpe, it's up to Troy Weaver, and I think it's going to be Keegan Murray or Jaden Ivey. Maybe Benedict Matherin's in that conversation, but more so between those two guys.
Keegan and
Jaden Ivey.
Interesting.
It's really going to be who Sacramento takes at 4, because
They
both
pass
of
on
those
Sharpe.
guys.
You jump on him at 5.
I think Sharpe, if we get the 7th pick from Portland, I think Sharpe will still be there.
Really?
Just because GMs at this point, I think there's a lot more fear, and there's more guys that are falling in love with guys like Keegan, Jaden, Benedict Mathurin.
What does Keegan give the Detroit Pistons long term?
Long term, I mean, if you look at the finals right now, in Keegan Murray and what he can bring, his value, 6'8" guys that can shoot and defend. I mean, he's not.
What is he, Otto Porter, but a slightly better version?
Yeah, not a guy that is going to go out and create his own shot consistently, but someone who can knock down shots. So it'd be more complementary to Cade. For me, I'm looking for a guy that can make plays with the basketball, be dynamic. That's why I love Jaden Ivey. I love Shaedon Sharpe, someone that I can see Shaedon Sharpe being. But as of right now, Murray, man, I mean, the guy. he's good. I mean, one of the most dominant players in college in terms of scoring. He's a pure scorer. You want to see him, create for others and add more to his game. But as a player, he's pretty polished. And you can't say, well, he's going to be 22 on draft day. Well, if you look at Benedict Mathurin or Jaden Ivey, they're both, sophomores as well. So you're not really taking – there's not too many freshmen you're really looking at 5, rather.
Is there an option for you to trade up for a player? Sacramento's not moving, are they?
There are rumors, but even if you do move to Sacramento, you move one pick, and you got to give up probably Jeremy. Like
Collins is reportedly on the market.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Atlanta could be trading him to Portland. I think for Portland, it makes more sense to get him than Jeremy Grant. But the Jeremy Grant saga, for me, the pick could get swayed by a lot of things. For me, if they draft DeAndre Ayton, I would be much more obliged to draft somebody like a Shaedon Sharpe, an athlete. Right. I would even take a chance on Benedict Mathurin. Why? Give me an athlete on the court.
Right.
I've got Cade. I have the pick and roll set up. We have a false power forward and Marvin Bagley. You have DeAndre Ayton.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hell of a duo for him to work with the entire game.
Absolutely.
You need to surround him with shooters. Hell, I'd be even open to Keegan Murray. Length, shooter, okay with that. Jaden Ivey, I still think that's the one that makes sense the most. But I would look at the athletes.
Right.
I'm either going all in on supreme talent or I'm taking Jaden Ivey at 5. I'm not considering Keegan Murray. Maybe at 7 if you get that pick.
Right.
Sure, I don't care. But what is he going to give me long term? What's his NBA comp? A better version of Otto Porter Jr., Kyle Kuzma?
Tobias Harris.
That's a stretch. I think Tobias
Tobias is getting paid $30 million. And
Tobias
and
is a hell of a player, though. He's borderline, below a star. So he's one of those all-star caliber players. Can Keegan be that? Sure, great, no problem. What's his long-term ceiling? Why are the Celtics in the finals?
You got to find 2 guys that can have high ceilings.
Is Keegan Murray going to be this version of Jordan Poole, who's going to accept that type of a role and get you 14 a night, 16 a night? Oh, Jordan Poole creates his own shot and can penetrate.
Right.
It's a little different game than Keegan Murray.
And for me personally, like this is why I'm so high on Sharpe and Jaden Ivey, is because I look at where the Pistons are as a team. You don't expect them. Yes, they're going to be clawing for the play-in next year, but depending on what they do in free agency and who they draft this year, you don't think they're going to be in the same position. And I understand the NBA works differently. There's a lottery system. The New Orleans Pelicans got the number 1 pick, formerly, so it's possible. But if you don't expect to be in this position again, Adam, and you have the 5th overall pick, I'm swinging for the fences, man. Like I'm going full Javi Baez. I got to get the best talent that I could see turning into the best player. And for me, it's Jaden Ivey. I think Shaedon Sharpe has the same tools. Even if you have to wait on a guy like Shaedon Sharpe, when do you expect the Pistons to be good? I mean, really, a couple years still. So they're still building this thing. For me, I can take the chance with Shaedon Sharpe. I think the athleticism, obviously you talked about that, but more than that, I want a pure shot maker, a shot creator, a guy that, Cade can be the playmaker. And I think Jaden Ivey can do this as well. Now, Jaden Ivey brings a lot more other tools, but for me, Adam, I need upside. That's what I'm drafting at 5. Like you could argue the NBA is the most important sport that favors upside the most. Like you got to swing on these guys. So if you see a player and you see his prototype and you think he can become whatever it is, then you go for it. Like if he thinks Keegan Murray can be Jason Tatum, go get him. But if you think he's going to be your 3rd or 4th
NBA
plus player,
NBA draft comparison,
don't do it
for Keegan Murray. I swear I can't make this up. Otto Porter and Michael Porter Jr. That's his player comp. You kidding me?
Yeah.
God kill me. God punish me.
There's other guys I would probably prefer. Like if I'm Troy Weaver, I'm looking at Jaden Ivey, Shaedon Sharpe, Johnny Davis is another one that I think people are sleeping on. Benedict Mathurin I think deserves to be in that conversation. Many people are just sold on Keegan Murray, and the question I would ask is what is his ceiling? You know what I mean? Like what is he a Jason Tatum? Because if he is, I'll take him.
He's not.
Okay. Then I think that conversation's over with.
Can he be Chris Middleton?
I think so. But even Chris Middleton,
I don't think so.
and I love Chris Middleton, but I listen.
Bradley Beal?
No.
Can he?
No. That
Can he be a number 2? Is basically the question. Because
that's a tough one. Because Jeremy Grant could give you 20, but is he a 2? Like on a good team? No, he's not.
So he falls into the category of Keegan Murray would be a really nice 3 on a good team, and he would be an effective basketball player. And a big part of why you'd win a championship.
And that's what Michael Porter, that's what Tobias Harris is. So if that's the ceiling we're talking about, then yeah, I agree with you. I wouldn't take him at 5. I mean, that's why I'm reaching.
I'm all in on the Jaden Ivey train. I do want to switch gears. A sign and trade possibly is what Phoenix is looking to do for DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, I did read that.
The Pistons are one of the teams that could make it happen given their assets. But what is the price to pay for somebody like DeAndre Ayton?
For me, if you're trading assets for him for a team that is already scratching at the ceiling for acquiring more talent, I'm not going to go out and trade the entire farm system for DeAndre Ayton. Unless he is a guy that you see can eventually give you 22, 24, and 10, then yeah, hell yeah, he's going to be your second option, then go get him. But for me, if you have to trade Jeremy, okay, makes sense. What else am I giving up? The Pistons are they're handcuffed right now in terms of their draft capital. So who else are you going to give up? Killian Hayes? I mean, now we're getting into the conversation of forking up assets that we barely have. So I'm not on the trade for DeAndre Ayton. I would love to sign him outright and outbid the Suns, but if it is a sign and trade at him, I just lose interest at that point. Like if you're paying
I don't think you have to give up much.
If there's a realistic option of giving up minimal, then I'll entertain it.
I'd offer Jeremy Grant. It's a tough one because I'm not giving up that number 5 pick. And I'm not giving up a future either. That's tricky.
Right. And Pistons fan brings up a great point because I kind of feel the same way. Like, and I get there's so much turmoil with the Suns, but who says the Suns won't even match whatever any team offers them?
It's their right, yeah.
That's
why a sign and trade is the only way you're going to be able to get your hands on this guy.
And if I'm the Suns, I'm milking you. I'm getting as much as I can out of you for a sign and trade. What am I going to do? Give you, give me Jeremy Grant and Saban Lee. Nah, I'm getting your entire farm system and some picks.
BRRG, what is the selling point for Ayton to come here? Money is irrelevant because of sponsors and branding. It's about winning. Who's closer to winning? ? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Well, yeah.
And I don't think you're paying attention to what's going on because it is a money thing. And his agent has come out and said, we feel disrespected by the Suns organization because we believe he's a max contract player and the Suns aren't offering max contract. It's about money. It's always about money. Why do you think the Live PGA Tour whole saga is going on right now? Money.
Right. It's all about money.
Unbelievable.
And DeAndre Ayton wants to get paid. That's why he was so frustrated with this year with the Suns. Like, he played on a contract year. I mean, he played, especially into the playoffs. He's frustrated. Like, I can see why. It's your former number 1 overall pick. And this is the guy you wanted to build around. So, I get the disrespect. But, yeah, I wouldn't sign and trade him.
All right, you have to put your money on the line. Draft day, no trades.
Okay.
Nothing happens. Who do the Detroit Pistons take, in your opinion? Number 5 overall.
Jaden Ivey. If he's there, yeah.
I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it. Well, check out Jeff on From Half Court with Sean Murphy. They put out good content, man. I had fun last night. Nice.
Yeah, you were great.
Sean called me out on Twitter. Unbelievable.
Hey, disclaimer.
These kids don't learn.
I was going to say, disclaimer to everybody watching, don't call Adam out on Twitter. Just don't do it.
Do not come after me on Twitter. It will not end well for you, I promise.
Then it's game
Even
on.
If you work for us, I don't care.
Yeah, no.
Everybody gets it. Ryan Armani's going to get it pretty soon. We'll get to that.
And Neil.
Before we go, I need to tell you about where I made some money last night. That was on MyBookie. Bet from anywhere, anytime using MyBookie. Sign up today using code Woodward. They'll match your first deposit. The best thing about MyBookie is that Maddie sucks at betting, and I don't. And I get to make money while she gives me the middle finger right now because she didn't listen to me about the Boston Celtics. I actually can't believe you'd bet on Boston. Like, you're in here with me talking about the game yesterday with Terry, and I told you Warriors are the easy lock of the night. And you sit there and go home, and you're like, oh, I'm going to bet on the Boston Celtics. Way to go.
Finish your read and go to break.
That is part of the read. And if you suck at betting like Maddie, call 1-800-270-7117, and they'll help you out.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risk, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Also featured on The Roar on 99.1, 93.5, and 94.7 HD2. I hate you.
That's okay. Just do what I said, by the way. Search it and thank me later, and also you'll be mad at me when you see it.
I am not going to search it.
I think you should. Anyways.
And definitely not on the work computer.
Yesterday, my good friends, Tom Mazaway, Ryan Romani, talking about Michigan football. This is a tough one for me. This is a tough one because I do get what they're saying, but they're very wrong. Number one, yes, you play to beat your rivals. Since when is that a knock? And I don't want to hear Michigan play for national titles. The fuck they do? They hadn't won a Big Ten championship since 2004 prior to last year. Michigan State were the first team to get to a college football playoff. Not Michigan. Michigan State. I don't want to hear that. They have the same amount of Big Ten titles since what? 19... I don't know the number. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It is so pathetic. What if Michigan State have won, what, 14? Or, excuse me, 10 of the last 14 meetings? And we're going to sit there and say, well, the Michigan fan perspective. Oh, well, you know, they play to beat us. We're focusing on the national championship. What does that even mean? You got to beat your rivals if you want to even win your conference. And if you win your conference, you likely play for an opportunity to win a national championship. That makes no sense to me. So that's my question this morning that I will answer is who's closer to a national championship, Michigan or Michigan State? And the truth is, right now, this season, Michigan, I believe, are closer. But Tuck coming. And I am all aboard the Tuck train. And let me tell you, everyone's getting excited. Oh, well, look, they're happy about 4-star recruits. Michigan State is doing something it's never done. If you can't see that, I really can't help you. There's a football coach that just won 11 games with, let's just call it what it is, a makeshift roster that had a hell of a player transfer from Wake Forest and Kenneth Walker. That was amazing. But to sit there and act like, again, for example, why don't you say that as a Michigan fan? I'm asking. Why don't you say the same thing about Ohio State? Because they always beat you. Well, Ohio State, they just played the whole season just to beat Michigan. We're worried about the national title. Ohio State's been to multiple national title games. They've won national titles. What are we talking about here? This is what drives me nuts. And I was so happy for Jim Harbaugh last year in Michigan when they won. I really was. I thought it's just good for college football that they finally got it done. But to sit there and act like for the last 14, 15 odd years, 17, 18 years, that you were competing at this level, when in reality you were down here. And it was actually Michigan State who was better than you all that time. I don't want to hear it. I don't. Sorry, Michigan fans. The truth is, prior to last year, it wasn't even close. And last year, yes, hell yeah, Michigan won the Big Ten title. So happy about that. So happy about it. Good for them. It's good to see Michigan winning the Big Ten. It's good to see that teams are contending in the Big Ten. You'd like to see it. Nobody wants to see Ohio State running the table every year. But where's the excuse that Ohio State, their most important game of the year, every year is Michigan. And they just play to beat Michigan. Only Michigan is playing for a national title. That makes no sense to me. That is too much. That is too much. And you want to talk about little brother. Little brother's beaten you 10 out of the last 14 times. Little brother has just as much, if not more more Big Ten titles in the last 15, 20 years. Like, you got to be careful with this stuff. I get, I'm not affiliated to any school, so it doesn't matter for me. I don't have that, like, emotional attachment. I just don't give a rip. I say what I want to say every day. But this is a bit much, in my opinion. And, you know what's another thing, by the way? To add on to who I think is closer to a national championship, I think it's very close between the two schools. I don't think Michigan is leaps and bounds ahead of Michigan State anymore. Why? Because the long-term commitment made to Mel Tucker, I think that is such a big deal. Jim Harbaugh was about to go to the NFL. Jim Harbaugh leaves. Jim Harbaugh is the reason that program is even what it is right now. Adam, you criticize Jim Harbaugh. You say he should start J.J. McCarthy over Cade McNamara. Yeah. You want to take... Guys, life is about steps, right? You take one step at a time, and you continue to grow, and you continue to grow, and you continue to grow. And if Michigan want to ever beat Ohio State again in the next 5 to 10 years, you're not going to do it with Cade McNamara starting at quarterback anymore. Last year, hey, everything fell into place. I have to be fair. Cade McNamara did his job in the Michigan-Ohio State game. He just shut the hell up and handed off the ball. And it worked. Good. Happy for Michigan. So tired of seeing Ohio State win every meeting. It's not fun. Having said that, J.J. McCarthy, I believe, for this season, is your best opportunity. And not only your best opportunity, let's just call it what it is. You don't recruit 5-star players to sit them on the bench when you're Michigan, especially at the quarterback position. How many skill position players have been taken in the first round in the last 10 years at the University of Michigan in the first 3 rounds? How many skill position? Quarterback, running back, wide receiver. How many? 0. Michigan's produced a lot of defensive talent. Very good. Offensive line talent. Very good. Quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs. That's how you win in college football. If you don't believe me, because I'm such a dumbass, go ask Nick Saban, who told you to your face, hey, I am the greatest defensive coach in college football history. I can't stop any of these offenses. I need quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa, and Bryce Young. I need wide receivers like Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, Jamison Williams. I need running backs that are explosive. I need offense. I need to score. I, Nick Saban, am telling you this. So if Nick Saban is telling you, yeah, you can't win on the national stage with just defense, who am I going to listen to? The comment section on YouTube or Nick Saban? Oh, well, Adam, Georgia won with defense. Yeah, you go find me another school that can recruit the talent like Georgia outside of, I don't know, maybe Alabama on defense. You hear yourself? You are Michigan. You are Michigan State. You are not going to recruit at that level. And the only way you'll ever come close is by playing the way Ohio State does. Ohio State recruits all the skill position players. Why? You know what can beat a good defense? A good offense. If Nick Saban is acknowledging it, if Ryan Day has had success with it, if Urban Meyer proved that's what you need to do, what the hell are we having a conversation about here? Anybody. Call in. I dare you. Unbelievable. I'm disappointed with Ryan. And I know he's a Michigan fan, right? I know it's tricky. I don't know what it's like to be an alma mater.
Michigan fan on the bottom line?
Yeah,
No way.
wow.
Well, I don't know what it's like to be associated to a university. I don't have an alma mater. I didn't graduate college.
Fire up chips, baby.
Well, yeah, so like everyone has an affiliation. I
Go
don't.
Specs Howard!
If anything, I just support Michigan and Michigan State.
That's so kind of you.
So
That is very kind of
But
you.
the point is, I don't have that perspective of, oh, go blue, go white. I don't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that. And Michigan implementing the Champion Circle, NIL. We'll see how that goes. Michigan State clearly have taken it very seriously. At the end of the day, if you want to be that good, Look at USC. That program. Southern Cal.
Lane Kiffin, private jet.
They're going to be able to recruit at a level I think they could out-recruit Alabama, Georgia, and any SEC school. The second Lincoln Riley delivers a 10-11 win season, USC will bring in the number 1 recruiting class in the country. And they'll be the biggest problem for the next 5, 7, 10 years. They will be. And there's nothing the SEC or the Big Ten can do about it. Why? Because it's Southern Cal.
Yeah.
It is the biggest brand in football.
USC.
And they've been off the map for all this time. And I'm just telling you, wait and see what happens. Caleb Williams is here. Lincoln Riley. See what happens. They probably win 10 games. I would book they win 10 games. And they probably win a bowl game. And you know what happens after? All the money starts coming in from the boosters. All the kids from NIL start coming in. And all the number 1 recruiting classes start to come in. And you're going to see a USC team similar to what you saw under Pete Carroll. Why? Brand. Michigan State's taking its brand seriously. They're trying to elevate their brand. You want to compare it to the Oregon move? Fine. The point is Michigan State is attempting to do that. Will they be successful? Who knows? So far, so good. Michigan? Are you going to sit on the do it like Bo? Bo, the Lord and Savior Bo Schembechler. We are the University of Michigan, and we will run the ball through the trenches. I feel like I'm listening to a World War II documentary when I watch Michigan football. Are you going to elevate your brand, Michigan? Are you going to take your brand to the next level? That's the question for Michigan. The champion circle. Fine. Ideally, you move in that direction. I want to see it. But are you, Jim Harbaugh, are you, Michigan, going to take yourself seriously and understand that, you know what? If I want to continue to recruit 5-star talent, 5-star skill position players, if I want to have a team that's lined up with Donovan Edwards and J.J. McCarthy and Ronnie Bell and Andrew Anthony, if I want to get more guys that are talented like that, I should probably start J.J. McCarthy this year. 1, as a recruiting tool, and 2, I don't know, he has higher upside than every quarterback at my university right now. And if he fails, so be it. But I would rather take a chance to be great than to sit there and say, well, at least we won 9 games. We, the University of Michigan, with Cade McNamara, ran the football. Unbelievable. What's up with these sex apps on our comment section?
Can I tell you something that's a little ironic to me?
Go for it, Fish.
You talk all this Michigan. What are you wearing on your body right now?
I'm wearing a Michigan State golf alternate.
Yeah, and what have you never worn on the show ever?
No one's ever
Michigan
gifted me.
gear.
No one's ever gifted me and presented me with an opportunity to buy something cool Michigan related that I would wear. You go find me that Michigan bear on a quarter zip like this, I would wear it.
So if someone gave a Michigan gear to you,
this wasn't given to me. Justin Spiro reached out to me. Well,
Okay.
I reached out to him actually, but it was a beautiful. I thought this looks awesome.
Oh,
I like wearing things that look nice. Go
No,
find me.
I'm fine with
You
that.
guys go put the Michigan bear, whatever the hell he's called. You put him here and I'll wear it. I don't care. I'm not racist.
That's not where I was going. Fitz,
I know,
but
buddy. I know. Oh, goodness.
It does look really sweet, though.
No, you only wear zip-ups and vests.
Yeah, sweater vest.
I have a limited closet.
And you
I need
wake
to
up angry.
Expand my closet. We need to go to break. When we get back, top of the hour, I'm excited. But before we do, I got to tell you about where I was this morning, and that's at Planet Fitness, getting my workout on, home of the Judgment Free Zone. Now, this isn't a Judgment Free studio, but it damn sure is. Brought to you by Planet Fitness. Don't give me that look. Don't give me that look, Maddie. $0 down, $10 a month. Your fitness is essential. Sign up with Planet Fitness today in one of their many Metro Detroit locations, or visit them at planetfitness.com.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Well, if you've been driving in Detroit, you know that construction is going on. People are doing construction on their homes, but if you've got a big project coming up, Alta Equipment has got you covered. Our friends at Alta Equipment know that when it comes time to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. That's why they partner with the biggest names in construction. Give them a call today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta Equipment, where uptime matters. Can you just stop?
Top of the hour, baby.
Hard.
9 o'clock.
I try so hard. Top of the hour, brought to you, of course, by Bedrock.
I love Bedrock. I love Bedrock Detroit.
When are we going?
We are going to go this weekend, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I won't be there.
Why?
My niece turns 1
Okay,
today.
then we'll push it to next. We'll do it midweek. We'll pick a time. I'll take you guys
When
out
you
to lunch
say
down
we,
there.
you mean we as you and Maddie, or the morning
Fish,
show?
and Alex.
Okay.
Nobody else. Terry's not invited.
Oh, wow. That's kind of mean.
So we're going on a Terryless Tuesday?
Because Terry's going to, we're going to go on a Tuesday because
Terryless
Terry
Tuesday?
drinks too much.
Jesus, with all these freaking
Yeah, I don't know what to do with these naked bots. Look, guys, I don't know. I guess you're all attractive in the chat, and that's why this is happening. I really don't have
think
an
our
answer
show
for
has just gone off the rails so many times.
Not
that
necessarily.
Yeah,
there's-
Freaky
Not
Friday
necessarily.
happens a lot more than Friday.
Well, look. What I do want to discuss, I didn't get a chance. Kory was in earlier. Today, I did want to discuss what the timeline for quote-unquote contender status is for the Detroit Lions. Now, what's the definition of a contender? A team that's expected to compete at least or win their division, right? Start there. A team that's expected to win the division, or if they're in a very good division, at least compete, right? Definition of a contender: a team that minimum should win one playoff game. A team that's expected to get to the conference championship in their respective conference. That's a contender. When do the Lions become that? Well, it's not this year. That I can guarantee you. That contender status will not be here. Will it be there in 2023? I don't think so. Even if they win 9, 10 games, to be a contender, you need to do it on the biggest stage. It comes with tenure. It comes with not only winning 10 games one year, but following that up with a 12-win season. See, 2024 even. 2022, they win 8 games, let's say, which is this year. 2023, they win 11. They're still not contenders. 2024, they win 12. Let's say 11, 12 games. They win the division. They win a playoff game. You know what the Lions are going into 2025? Legitimate contenders. I'm not talking about the team that you think is going to play well and they're going to make noise. No. I'm talking about Buffalo Bills status. Hey, that's a team that's going to be contending for the AFC title. Oh, Kansas City Chiefs, contending. Oh, the Rams, they're contenders. Bucks, yep. Brady, contenders. History, yep, contenders. Oh, those teams matter. Oh, they have a defense, they have a coach? Oh, yeah. They're contenders. I'll buy in. That's what happens. And I think it's 2025. I think you would see the Lions going into a season where they're talked about as a contender. That's the timeline. That doesn't mean that you can't win a division before then. That doesn't mean you can't win a playoff game or multiple. What it means is, given your current trajectory, like I say, I think 7, 8 wins likely the case. If you win more, nobody would be happier than me, but that's just my prediction. I think they're a 7, 8 win team. I think they're going to be one of the more improved teams in the NFL. You go into next year with not the expectation, we may have it, But the general consensus is nobody looks at the Detroit Lions in 2023 after this year and says they should be going to the NFC title game. Now, let's say the Lions take that next step and they win the division in 2023, but they lose in the divisional round. Or they win. Let's say they win a playoff game and they get to the divisional round. And dare I say, they lose that game. They don't go to the NFC Championship, whatever. Well, they made noise. So maybe by 2024, you could have that contender status. But that is such a big if, which is why I'm thinking 2025. And the only way it happens by 2024 is if you win the division, you win a playoff game, you host a playoff game. See, getting to the wild card isn't an accomplishment when you're not hosting a home game. A playoff game. You know why? It doesn't mean anything. The wild card is set up for the home team to win. You don't believe me? Go look at its history. Home teams are meant to win in the wild card. That is just how it plays out. So if you're a wild card team, now you could be a very good wild card team. Let's not forget that. Right? You could be a very good wild card team, given your division is very good. But if you are a 12-win team and the team in your division is 9-8, well, what the rip does that matter? You're not in a great division. You're just average. All right, fine, no worries. But if you're a 12-5 Detroit Lions team, let's say in 2023, and you're playing the 11-6, or dare I say 12-5 New Orleans Saints, or Arizona Cardinals, or any of these NFC teams, oh, well, that's a tough matchup. That's a hard game. So there's always context you can bring into it. But at the end of the day, for me, Maddie, 2025. I think that's realistic. If Dan Campbell is a perennial top 10, top 8 head coach, we're talking 2024. But, these are a lot of what ifs. But I did want to bring it out there. I don't think it's been talked about. What's the expectation? What's the standard of, hey, you are a contender? When do you get that status? It comes with tenure. It comes with, you got to prove it. You got to have multiple double-digit win seasons. You have to have a division title under your belt. You have to win a playoff game. You have to do all that just to be considered a contender. Going 11-6 last year doesn't mean you're a contender this season. Not the Lions. I'm talking any team around the NFL, unless they have a unique circumstance when they're in a stacked division. So, for example, the Raiders. Let's say the Raiders finished second in the division this year, but they were 11-6. Next year, everybody will be talking about the Raiders as contenders. Derek Carr, Devontae Adams, Josh McDaniels, first winning season as a head coach, etc., etc., etc. There are circumstances, but for the Lions, I don't think anybody sees this division becoming the AFC West. If anything, the Vikings, in my opinion, are the favorite to win the division. I think the Packers take a step back. They may be a wild card team. I think 9-10 wins. I think the Vikings win the division with 11 games. And then I have the Lions sitting there at 7-8 wins. And who knows? 8 wins, honest to God. 8 wins could be enough to make a wild card appearance in the NFC this year. That's just how bad it is. So watch out for the Lions, I think, to improve more than most teams around the league. If I had to pick a team in the AFC, I would say the New York Jets, but they're so young. And that's even the same thing with the Lions. They're so young, but it's a lot of talent. And if you're the Jets, you want to see Zach Wilson take that next step too, right? So, Lions fans, that's what I have for you this morning. Contender status, where you are regarded as one of the better teams in the NFC that should be fighting for an NFC title appearance, I think that happens by 2025. And that happens if everything goes right. That's the crazy thing. If everything goes right, they win 7 games this year, they win 10 in 2023, they win 12 or 13 in 2024, and they win the division. Only by 2025 will you be actually considered as contenders. It's a process. And that doesn't include what you've done with your quarterback. Now, that could all change. Again, you could draft the next Joe Burrow. Who knows? The next Patrick Mahomes. Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing. And
I need to know. Come on, tell me. No, you need to tell me.
No, that's okay. You just keep going.
Well, I can't now. You threw me off completely.
You always say that, but you're used to me laughing all the time.
Well, I would like to know why.
Because.
Fish, help me. Am I missing
You're just
something?
like, if everything goes right, nothing ever goes right for the Lions.
Well, no, obviously.
Well,
But
I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, well, we're going to have to address the quarterback situation, and then we're probably going to take maybe a step back. You never know. So.
yeah, but also you've seen.
I love the enthusiasm.
It's not
It's great.
enthusiasm. It's reality. You won't be a contender if everything goes right till 2025.
Yeah, no, that's like minimum. But again, I think it's in, like, I love that for you.
You confuse the hell out of me. I work with you every day. I still have no idea what you are.
Terry said the same thing yesterday.
No, I can't figure you out. I take back everything I said. I thought I had you figured out. I really don't.
No, nobody
It's all
does.
good. Yeah, I know. Blake Griffin does.
No, he doesn't either.
One day we'll share that story.
We don't need to.
Oh, God. All right. We got a lot of stuff to talk about coming up in a little bit.
Do we?
We've got Tigers Talk with Raj at 9:29.
Yes.
I'm excited to talk to Raj. I also have a topic at 9:40.
Oh, boy. Ay.
Look,
Thanks
I'm
to our
just saying.
good pal Justin.
I'm just saying. I think we probably should call Justin in here. But the point is, this is why I am an advocate for a healthy lifestyle. That's all I'm going to say about this topic that we're going to discuss at 9:40. Being healthy, this is why Planet Fitness is our studio sponsor. It is a life decision here at Woodward Sports. Because when I'm busy, I'm not trying to fall 3 stories.
You're saying too much already. It's a secret.
Oh, goodness God. And then, of course, coming up next, actually, I'm going to tell you why Steph Curry, not LeBron James, not Michael Jordan, not Larry Bird, not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
Nope.
not Magic Johnson,
Nope.
not Kobe Bryant,
Nope.
Steph Curry
Rest in peace.
is the most important. I love you, Fish. Why Steph Curry is the most important superstar in NBA history. Not the
You
best.
started so many rumors in this chat right now.
Did we? Don't worry, guys. Just like Maddie likes to reveal pictures of me on the show, I will reveal pictures of what the hell I'm talking about.
Pictures?
I will bring evidence.
You have pictures?
You have pictures? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Anyways.
Maddie, you don't know what you
That
send me
scares me.
sometimes.
I sent you something?
Uh-oh.
Oh, super.
Yeah, it's okay.
That must have been like middle of the day, like yesterday or Sunday.
No.
This is like, Fish, shut the hell up. We're getting killed here.
Anyways.
Oh, goodness. Let's
It's
take a
probably when you were
break.
hanging off my mom on
Let's
Friday
take a break.
Yeah, I
When
did
we
hang out with your
get
mom.
back, we will get our stuff together. We'll talk about Steph Curry and why I believe he is the most important superstar, not the best, but the most important superstar in NBA history. But before we go, I got to tell you about the official drink of the summer, and that's the Mulligan. The Mulligan is made with Gypsy vodka, iced tea lemonade, 8% alcohol. When you are out on the golf course like myself and Nick Leach, or you're in the backyard hanging out with friends like Fish, make sure you try a Mulligan. It's calling your name. Ask for the Mulligan at a local golf course near you or at a Total Wine near you. Drink responsibly as always, and we'll see you right after the break.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Strawberry Fest is back at Big Boy. We brought back some of the classic breakfast items like the strawberry French toast, hot cakes, and waffle. If you're not feeling breakfast, try our new strawberry bacon chicken wrap, crispy chicken wrap, nacho wrap, or strawberry salad. The perfect recipe for springtime. And don't forget to grab dessert, including our berry delicious strawberry pie for only $1.99 with the purchase of $7.99 or more at participating Big Boy locations.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
If you need to get your glow on like I am and get a little vitamin D in your life, head on over to Chili Peppers Tanning. That's where you find the cleanest salons in the D. They've got spotless sanitized rooms and trained certified tanning professionals. Of course, make sure you're joining the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Chili Peppers, they've got the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans.
Chili Peppers tan.
All right. I know what you're all thinking. What the hell is this guy about to say?
I'm always scared of what you're
Look,
going to say.
In my opinion, not Michael Jordan, not Magic Johnson, not Larry Bird, not LeBron James, not Kobe Bryant, not who is it? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, not Shaq. There has never been a more important superstar to the game of basketball than Steph Curry. And here's why. He's relatable. Most college athletes and high school athletes and middle school athletes can relate to Steph Curry. I'm not built like LeBron James. I'm not built like Shaq or Wilt or Kareem or Bill Russell. I'm not. No. And most people aren't. I'm not gifted with freakish athleticism. Most people aren't like LeBron, like MJ. Steph Curry, oh, well, he dribbles well. I can do that. Oh, he shoots the three ball well? I think I can do that. Oh, he hits his free throws. I could train myself to do that. See, off ball movement, run around the court, have good stamina, be a team player. I can do that. That's relatable. Not only did Steph Curry change the game and the way we play basketball, I'm sorry?
Raj's here.
Oh, hell yeah.
Even better.
I love that guy. He's a sexy dude. Raj is here, by the way. That's why we got a little off subject. But anyways, back to the point.
Sorry.
Steph Curry has changed basketball. And whether you want to say it's for the better or worse, I don't really care. What I know is, for a fact, tens, if not hundreds of millions of individuals out in the world that play the game of basketball can relate more to Steph Curry than they can to LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Wilt Chamberlain, Shaquille O'Neal, Bill Russell, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. Trae Young is in the league because of Steph. There is a position for people like Trae Young because of Steph Curry. Not that Trae Young isn't good or gifted or he's talented. No, it's nothing to do with that. But just like Baker Mayfield has a job in the NFL because of Russell Wilson. And you could argue Russell Wilson has a job in the NFL maybe because of Drew Brees. But Russell was a third-round pick and showed you that the short guy can be athletic and throw the football and lead the team. Relatively short, excuse me. So then Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, quarterbacks get taken who are undersized. Michael Jordan. And I'm not talking what they contributed for the brand of the game or its global development or the market. I don't care about that right now. And we're not talking about individual accomplishments. I'm not saying Steph Curry is better than MJ or better than LeBron. But he is the most important superstar. You know why? Because he plays the game of basketball the right way. The Warriors play the game of basketball the right way. He plays off the ball. And when he has a poor night like he did last night, he still puts up 8 assists in the box score. And when he has an off night like he did last night and goes 0 for 9 from 3, he still has the highest plus-minus of everybody on the court from the Golden State Warriors starters. That's saying something. That means something. If LeBron's off, and granted the teams are built differently, does LeBron sitting in the corner allowing Kyrie to do whatever he wants to do back in Cleveland, is that effective for the basketball team? No, it's not. Steph Curry, when he's not active, isn't sitting in a corner just waiting for the team to figure out what they're going to do on the possession. He's running on false screens. He's running around, creating space, and wreaking havoc. And that, to me, is the most selfless superstar in NBA history. And it is the superstar that most basketball players can relate to. You cannot relate to Anthony Davis if you're a 5-star prospect coming out of high school. You literally can't. There's only a few of them, and even those don't work out. Majority of the time, 95% of the time. I can hit free throws. I can work on my conditioning. I can hit three-point shots. I can work up my handles. I can work on slipping through screens. I can work on my pick-and-roll game. I can work on my passing. Steph Curry's not a flashy passer. He's not even one of the better passers in basketball. Or at least he's not revered like a LeBron, like some of the Chris Paul. He's not one of those guys. Oh, wow. Look at James Harden's 10 assists a game. Steph's are more impactful. Steph's are, I'm not just dishing it out. I'm not penetrating and dishing it out and getting an assist for it. It's I'm running around, getting the ball, slipping it through, which are very difficult passes, and I'm getting an assist for them. Why? Because they're easy layups for Gary Payton, for Jordan Poole, for Draymond Green, for Kevon Looney. You can call it disrespect. You can call it whatever you want. You guys can call in and tell me why Steph Curry isn't the most important. Again, most important. Why was Jordan so important? Tell me. What impact on the game did Jordan have? And I'm talking on the court. What did he inspire? Kobe? Cool. Steph Curry will inspire 15, 20, 30, 50 Trae Youngs in the next 25 years. There's only been one person close to Jordan. That was Kobe. And he's a different breed. There will never be another LeBron. There can't be another Shaq. That's how it works. Please hear me and listen very carefully. Steph is the most important superstar in NBA history. Because you play the game of basketball like that. That's how you play. And then again, LeBron's better. Jordan's better. We know this. It's nothing to do with them two. It's not about who's better. Steph Curry's not better than Jordan, better than LeBron. It's not the case. But he is more important. And I actually don't think you guys are understanding what I'm trying to tell you here. You convince me, you give me one reason why they're more important. I'll wait. Why is LeBron more important to the game of basketball? Mobility? That's one. LeBron really paved the way for mobility in the NBA. And even then, it's actually quieted down. It was really only him who was mobile. It was really only, Kevin Durant tried it. Kyrie Irving tried it. Look how they're doing. That's not good for the game. Giannis stayed in Milwaukee. He won a championship. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, they stay as a core. They trust their organization to draft properly and make acquisitions. They're back in the finals, up 3-2. Who made pre-KD work in Golden State? Steph. Who made KD's time in Golden State work? Steph. He was selfless. He ran around. He allowed KD to be great. And KD was always great. That was never the question. He was a better basketball player. KD is a better basketball player than Steph Curry. But I would rather have Steph Curry to start my team than Kevin Durant. And I would rather have Steph Curry than a majority of NBA superstars to start my team. And then I would say 99% of the superstars that ever existed. The only two off the top of my head that I would take over Steph Curry to start my team are LeBron James and Michael Jordan. I would rather start my team with Steph than Bird. I would rather start my team with Steph than Magic. I would rather start my team with Steph than Isaiah, than Kobe, than Shaq. Steph has delivered now pre-KD, during KD, post-KD. That doesn't happen on accident. That doesn't happen because of luck. That happens because a guy stuck to the process, dealt with his team being awful for 2 years with Klay Thompson now, Draymond dealing with injuries and regressing as an offensive threat. And then they drafted Jordan Poole and developed him in the G League. That guy, to me, is the most important player. And not most important player only. The most important superstar player in NBA history. And I truly, truly believe that to be the case. He will inspire a whole new generation of basketball players. LeBron can't inspire a new generation. You don't wake up 6'8", 250, athletic as a guard and as strong as a center with amazing gifts where you can be one of the top 3 passers of all time. That doesn't happen. That's not inspiration. That's a gift from God that we'll never be able to explain, and that's why he's one of the second great, probably the top 2 player in NBA history. You can put him at 1, I don't care. That's irrelevant to the conversation. The point is, who is more important, who has made a bigger impact? The game has already changed because of Steph. And look who's been left behind. All the guards you loved. John Wall, Russell Westbrook. They're all gone. They're done. Dinosaurs. Like that. They went from MVP contenders to dust. Nothing. Why? They didn't adapt to the game. The game was perimeter shooting. And nobody does it better than the Golden State Warriors. And nobody allows it to happen around him better than Steph Curry. In my opinion, the most important superstar in NBA history. When we get back, Rogelio will join the Morning Woodward Show to talk some Detroit Tigers. I am excited. I wasn't expecting him in studio, so this is going to be fun. But before we do, Maddie, could you tell everybody at home about the good work our good friends over at the Sports Marketing Agency are doing?
Yes, I can. Our friends at SMA help spread awareness of substance abuse and mental health. Their new podcast, This is the F Word, helps spread awareness on fentanyl and other addictions. Go to thesportsma.com if you are struggling and know someone who is, and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house.
Hello?
Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Well, it's Taco Tuesday, but there's no place that I would rather be than the Fulling Warehouse, playing some football, bowling at the same time with my good friends here on the Morning Woodward Show. The Fulling Warehouse in Hamtramck is home of the original football bowling pin game called Fulling. They've got two ways to play, $12 unlimited open play, or you can reserve a private lane for just $120. Don't forget, of course, they have a $2 mystery beer machine, as well as multiple full bars. Check it out at thefullingwarehouse.com.
All right, we're back here on the Morning Woodward Show. Rogelio joining the show in studio.
Rogelio!
What do I owe the honor? What is this?
Well, you know, I saw Jeff in here, I saw Kory in here, and I had to come and represent Woodward Tigers.
Jealous.
I like that.
I admittedly, yeah, you know what, Maddie? A little bit. I'm not going to lie.
All right, Raj, I'm going to start with this. If I told you before the season you had a top 5 bullpen statistically in baseball, and your starting pitching would be injured all season, but you would make do, and it would actually not give you a headache. They'd give you 5-6 innings every night, and it wouldn't kill you. Some nights it would kill you, but hey, and that you would have historically the worst offense in baseball. Would you believe me?
No, I would not believe you at all. I don't have any words. Sometimes when I do these post-game shows, when I write up articles, it is harder and harder because I always try to see the positive, but I'm also realistic. But it is torturously bad. I mean, torturously bad to watch, like Spencer Torkelson going 20 for his last 133 or something to that effect, and everybody assuming that Riley Green's going to have the answer, and there's a reason why he's still in Toledo, and then you have to bring up Drew Hutchison, who you cut earlier in the year because the injuries are taking its toll. You can make injuries to a certain extent an excuse. You can even talk about there's a lot of little things you can do, but the weather's gonna get warmer. They're gonna hit more. No, I mean, what? Willie Castro had the first home run in 2 weeks. That's ridiculous.
Aaron Judge is on pace to hit more home runs over the course of the entire season than the Detroit Tigers. Do you understand how bad this is?
Yes.
They're on pace for 57. He's on pace for 66.
When Miguel Cabrera leads your team in RBIs,
That's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem. It's 21, 22, something to that effect. It's ridiculous.
Raj, I don't want to beat up on Al too much. I've already done it. I'll be going to a game dressed up as Al Avila, so he's gotten enough hatred from me. What is stopping this organization? You're there every day. What is stopping the organization from, one, making a move, and two, just saying, all right, we messed up, acknowledging it, and moving forward? And how is that going to impact AJ Hinch? And more importantly, not just Hinch, but also Chris Fetter, who is likely, in my opinion, tied to the hip with AJ Hinch.
I think the more they don't do a move or address things, I think it just possibly could alienate AJ Hinch and Chris Fetter. I'm not 100% about that, but I just get this vibe that, just to get the sense, or just even when you talk to Hinch, he's at a loss for words sometimes. He does the best that he can with what he has. And the fact that you have Detroit with this plethora of pitching depth, and they haven't done, there's no sense of urgency from the front office. And you could say injuries, you could say all you will. But at the same time, Detroit is technically still in the wild card hunt because the AL's kind of, in the wild card sense, they're still competitive. They can make a move because now you see teams like against Austin Meadows putting 4 outfielders out there. Every team is taking away every advantage Detroit has. And knowing full well that you don't have to give Javi Baez a fastball because he's going to swing at everything, there's certain things that have to be addressed. And I think even making a small move to address the lack of offense would go a long way.
Riley Green is not the solution. There's not a hitter on this team that is the solution. I know you said you're a big fan of Jonathan Scope, or at least you believe in him that he will turn things around. One, will he? Two, Austin Meadows has been a disappointment, and he's not hitting the long ball. And that was one of the things. I believe last year, 27 home runs. That's a lot of power. And when you get him before the season, that's a lot of power to add. So Javi Baez, powerless. Meadows, powerless. Scope, there's no power in the lineup. And forget power. There are no bats. They're on pace to have the worst single season scoring-wise in Major League Baseball history. To put that into perspective, the people that fought into the Civil War were better than this Detroit Tigers team.
The dead ball era, yeah. And there's no answer in the farm system. I mean, Ryan Kreidler came back, and there's all this time where you see on fans on Twitter all the time, call him up. Why isn't Kerry Carpenter getting time in Toledo? Kerry Carpenter, if you notice his strikeout rate, notice his walk rate, doesn't walk. If you can't do that in a minor league level, can't do it at a major league level. I know that people want to change things up, but to me, I look at the farm system as somebody that watches it every day, and you can maybe take a shot at Brandon Davis, who they signed from the Angels, who was the Angels minor league player of the year last year. But what is that going to do? It's AAA averages, AAA power. That's all kind of like, I don't want to say
irrelevant.
Irrelevant, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's irrelevant to the majors.
Correct. And you can't take that with like, oh, well, Kerry Carpenter's hitting 20 home runs. He's got 300. It's an accomplishment. Don't get me wrong. He has a triple crown of the minor leagues right now. But you have to look at what you have right now. And I just, in my opinion, if you wanted to bring those guys up, they wouldn't have signed Trace Thompson. They wouldn't have signed Brendan Davis. Because, you even see like Keel Bellevue right now. He's been struggling in Toledo. So I report the news, see how it is, but at least in my opinion, there's something that has to be addressed at some point. Whether they are addressing it or not behind the scenes remains to be known. But when you see the fans boo Al Avila as loud as they did on Sunday, on a big day for Miguel Cabrera, it's saying something. And I really haven't seen much Al in the park either.
So this takes us to the trade deadline upcoming. Should Al Avila be in charge of the decisions made that day or prior? And two-parter here. Are the Tigers buyers or sellers?
I think, to answer the first question, I don't think he should be, because based off, I've stuck up for the Candelario trade, and I've done that, but That's the only trade I can really. I mean, there's some value of picking up some of the guys they have, but honestly, at this point, no, because he's not. He's been ready to pull the trigger before the minor leaguers that they have to acquire or use for trade capital to get talent, and they have not been able to do that. And to answer the second question, as far as I'm trying to remember what you said exactly, but
are they buyers or sellers for the trade deadline?
Oh, they're sellers. I think they're going to. I mean, Michael Fulmer. This is a free agent year for him. He's been pitching better as of late. They can get a nice return on him. There's some bullpens that need some work. And Andrew Chafin's on a 1-year deal. Get something for them if they can, because anything, somebody that has some sort of potential or a proven major league hitter with power. This is embarrassing to watch sometimes when you can't even. You have a total of 17 home runs at home. Jose Abreu for his career has 16 at Comerica Park alone. He hits over close to 350 at Comerica Park. You can't blame you blame the dimensions, all that, blah blah blah. But
hitters hit.
Yeah, come on. I mean, it's frustrating to watch, but as a fan, I was always saying, like, well, fans, all right, come on, it's early on, it's past 40 games now. Now you're reaching almost kind of a dire strait at this point, because when you think the offense is picking it up, and we've talked about this before, then you see, a shit sandwich like we saw last night. Pardon my language, but it was frustrating. You get 10 hits off Lance Lynn, then nothing after that, just 2 hits. You had him on the ropes. It's frustrating.
Well, you said they're sellers, and that scares the hell out of me, because I don't want that guy selling players and trading players, because I know he will get nothing for them. He's done nothing. I'm not sure what more we need to see. Look, as an owner of a team, if you just want to chill back and let the team operate, I can respect that. No problem. But do me a favor, Chris. Don't sit there and chill back and be like, all right, I'm going to let the team operate when it's that bad. Step in, man. That is your responsibility. I don't need to like every decision you make, but do me a favor. Don't keep Al Avila here longer than he needs to be. And don't you dare give him a contract extension this summer. And don't you dare do what Martha Ford and Sheila Ford, Hamp at the time, did and allowed, which is allow an incompetent GM and head coach to make the decision of your franchise with the number 3 pick that year for the Detroit Lions. Do not allow Al Avila to get to the trade deadline, because he'll either spend too much to get something that won't impact the team at all, or he'll sell a few players and get nothing in return, and we're going to be in this constant cycle of WTF. AJ Hinch will walk at the end of the year, and then I'm going to lose my mind.
The one thing I can say with a lot of fact is the people that are underneath Avila, it's a lot different. It's not David Littlefield anymore. It's not David Chads. He's got a pretty good core of scouts and evaluators there. So I would, like, for example, the Reese Olson trade is a prime example of that. That was a trade they got Daniel Norris, and no one expected the Reese Olson to lead the minor leagues in strikeouts for the Tigers right now. If those people, talk about the Sam Mezins in the world, those people are in charge of helping make the trade, then yeah, that's fine. And if all of you has to do is sign off, great. Because I trust that brain trust, because we've seen some progress in the minor leagues. But I think having the whole personnel change last year was big, because it needed to happen. So I think, I'm not going to say trust the process, because at this point I don't know what to think anymore sometimes, but there is good evaluators in the system. There is people that are getting talent out of, you see what happens with Chris Fetter, but if somebody else is making that call and saying, hey, Al, we need to, get this guy, then great. But we'll see what happens. It's very quiet down there.
What is the vibe in the locker room before I let you go? Is it, what are they, 24 and 36? 6 now, yep.
Well, I get the vibe in the dugout because not yet, I'm not allowed in the locker room yet, but someday I will be. But I just get the vibe down there in just going hang out before the game that, some of the guys are just trying to make loose and play, and they know it's a long haul schedule. And sometimes, like I said, you can see the frustration on Hinch's face, but he's doing the best that he can with what he has.
He's been a professional about it, I will say that.
Yes, very professional, and dealing with him and allowing the opportunity to speak to him, he's been great.
Well, there's no more professional hair company out there, or salon, excuse me, than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. They are the ultimate salon experience for men. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, no appointment necessary. Their amazing stylists will take care of you like they take care of me. Check out Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Again, that's walk-in anytime, no appointment necessary. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Brandon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
Glad that we can finally start trying to get the stigma off of mental health that's been there for all these years.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
OddsTrader. OddsTrader.com is the #1 site for all of your game day bets. Head on over to their website for the best price on every game and sign up offers from multiple sports books. Don't forget, of course, they also have player statistics and key game stats all available on their website, and you can download their app for play-by-play updates, live scores, and bet tracking. So head on over to OddsTrader.com.
All right, we're back, and I've been teasing this for a little bit.
Boy. Tell us, Adam.
This is why I tell all of you not only to go to the gym, but this is why I tell all of you to just live a healthy life. And not for my sake, but for your sake. I don't care what you do in your personal life. You want to eat a roll of donuts, a pack of Oreos, I don't care. But do me a favor, and don't be like this couple on this goddamn piece of paper.
The best part about this is that Justin sent this to us with zero context,
Zero context.
words.
Oh,
He
yeah.
just sent us this article and said nothing.
Well, that's what Justin does. So, in typical Justin fashion. Are you guys ready for this?
I don't think they're ready.
An obese couple makes a 3-story fall after the floor collapses during sex.
Can I have a location?
Well, it gets worse. Yes, it does. It gets worse. A 640-pound man, that is 3.5, 4 of me, and his 450-pound wife, that is 10 of fish, had a rather unusual accident last night as the floor of their apartment collapsed during a particular intense sexual intercourse, causing the couple to fall 3 stories. That's why you go and make life decisions that are good for you every day. That's why they are called hippos. Whether you want to call them hippos, whether you want to call them whatever you want, that is not okay.
You good, Owen?
I'm good.
You good, Owen? This is Owen's first time.
I'm curious. Do you know what position they were in when they fell?
Yes,
through the...
missionary.
That's where your head went. Okay.
It was missionary.
Okay.
It was missionary.
You actually know that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I did my research, buddy.
Was it research or were you stalking them secretly?
Long story short, all of you in the chat, I hope you learn. This is a real lesson. This is a real story. This is front page of the news down in Florida. I don't even have words for this. This is why you don't allow. Look, you should never allow yourself to go over 300 pounds, let alone 600. And if you're a girl and you're 450 pounds, that's not okay. That's not healthy. Forget how you look. I don't care how you look.
What's the show? Is it My 600-Pound Life?
That is scary as hell. And you're talking 2 tubs having sex, and all of a sudden the goddamn building collapses.
Tubs.
He did. Yeah, he sure did.
That's what they are. I'm sorry.
If hippos wasn't offending, certainly
Look, you
Tubbs
put 2
is.
people at the top of the
No,
trade
remember
center.
we can't call people hippos anymore because hippos are actually all muscle.
That is correct, but they weigh a ton. That's really why. It's not
Still.
because they're not built, but there's a lot of muscle under those fat people. But it's just not shown because it's covered in fat.
Yeah, but a hippo's not covered in fat. It's
It is.
Just
Yeah, a
muscle.
hippo. No,
Hippos
it's all,
are
but it's all
hippos
muscle,
are dense.
They're densely muscular.
All right. Okay, then this 640-pound gentleman is densely muscular.
He's not.
That's the
densely
politically
muscular.
correct way of saying it.
You're not densely muscular at 6'40".
Guys, that's why you take care of your health. That's why when I fat shame people, I do it for their sake. Never be like that. I don't want to imagine me going to a trip, I don't know. Let's say I go down to South Florida, I rent out a hotel, I get a room on the 27th floor. I don't want to be in the news because me and my wife were getting busy that the whole goddamn building collapsed.
Well, so there was in that article, it was like, it wasn't unusual. Like they had loud sex all the time, and it would
How?
shake, and it would shake the building.
What does it sound like? Doosh, doosh. Like, it's like
But
a
they were
fucking
like-
earthquake.
They were like, yeah, it shook the building, and like the walls were
Shook
cracking.
the building. It shook the goddamn
And
city.
I know, but like they were saying that the walls were cracking, and like the landlord
Did
was
anybody die below them, by the way?
like, no, because the apartments under them were vacant.
Yeah.
No wonder they're vacant because of all
Yes,
the goddamn
because-
noise they're
exactly.
making.
So the person was like, yeah, no, people were like
If I'm the
legitimately
landlord,
leaving
I
this.
kick those fat asses out. They are
The-
costing me money.
The landlord was like, no, like, not my problem, basically. And so
Who is
he
Fish
might actually
calling?
be. He wants Justin to come in here.
Oh, God.
We're talking about the hippos.
Yeah. So, long story short, we've acknowledged that
sir.
having sex is a beautiful thing in life. We all enjoy it. Having said that, don't be a 600-pound fat ass having sex with a 450-pound fat ass. That is not
Oh,
good.
Justin doesn't want any part of this.
Look, I'm just saying, you know, if people were actually, you know why people weren't even renting out the building, by the way? Because how loud their sex was.
And
You
it
know,
was shaking the
guys,
building and
if you live
cracking
in
the
Michigan,
walls.
if you live in Michigan, you hear the sirens every Saturday morning, right?
Do you want to know what the
That is what
landlord-
happens when these hippos have
Oh
sex.
my God.
The whole goddamn city hears it. No
So-
wonder nobody lives in that building.
Allegedly, the landlord told the one
That
person
is ground
complained-
zero for 9/11.
Oh boy.
Oh man. Anyways, the landlord's like response to all this was to the one guy that complained was that he would put like a beam on their ceiling so that it would be supported.
You would need a goddamn.
That was the solution. That was real? I don't know. Was it real? That's
That-
what the article said.
Are you
I
telling
am-
us it's not real? I didn't think it was. Oh. Uh-oh.
Well, you shared it. It got on the show,
Fake
so I don't
news,
really care
real
at this
news.
point.
We don't really care. It's a story that
I
we
am
wanted
not.
to share.
This is not CNN, Fox News. This is not a reliable news source, especially when it comes to life events. Now, sports, absolutely. Life events, I can't guarantee you that this is a true story. The point is, don't be a fat ass because that can happen. That can happen. You think tornadoes are bad? Try having 600-pound tubs having sex above you. It's terrifying. There's no such thing as fat insurance. I agree. So we got to go to break. This is probably my last episode on the Morning Woodward Show.
This has been real.
All of you ask
fun.
your questions now. It's probably the last time I'll be here anyways. So ask away. There are no limits. Ask whatever you want. And we'll be back. But before we go, Maddie, could you tell everybody about the lifestyle beverage that is Cintron?
Yes, I can. It is the summer of Cintron, and Cintron is now available at your local Kroger. Pick it up today with your Kroger card, too, for just $4. That's an absolute steal. Cintron is the new energy drink for the active lifestyle. Drink it, live it with Cintron.
Hi, I'm Kay Cunningham. Working with Hall Financial to purchase my first home was easier than I could have ever imagined. They treated me like family from start to finish. Find out for yourself at callhallfirst.com.
Yo, Scott from the Woodward Bet Show. Hey, today is gonna be great. Why, you ask? One, I'm gonna give you a winner. And 2, you're going to download my new favorite app from the App Store, oddstrader.com. It's got live scoring, play-by-play updates, and it's the best place to check all the odds at all the different sports books. Hey, now that I gave you that information, I'm going to give you a free winner. Let's roll with the White Sox tonight. And Dylan Cease has had 10 starts against the Tigers. He's 9-0 with a 2.08 ERA. Hey, obviously, it's his favorite team to face. oddstrader.com, Woodward Bets. You got to check it out.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
I can make your bedrock. Speaking of bedrock, open all summer long. Memorial Day to Labor Day, there will be basketball, roller skating, mini golf, art installations, live music, and food trucks, as long as free Wi-Fi. The gentlemen in the back know what I'm about. I am absolutely all here for it on the Monroe Street Midway. Summer is better at the Monroe Street Midway, brought to you by our good friends over at Bedrock Detroit. It is mailbag time. Let's start
Mailbag
with a question
Get
from
your
Aaron
questions in the
Tackett.
chat.
Besides Dan Campbell, who's your expected standout for Hard Knocks?
Ooh.
I would say the standout will likely be I think the standout's going to be Ben Johnson. I think he's going to be the superstar that people fall in love with once they get a chance to see how he coaches, how he communicates, how he interacts with the players. I think he is going to be the fan darling going into the season. I would love to say Aiden, but he is a quiet leader who I think is going to put in a lot of work, and people are going to respect the hell out of him for it, though. Owen?
Williams. Is he still
He's
on
a
the team?
clown. I think they should cut him.
You think? I mean, he
That's
seems
a whole
like a
different
nice guy.
conversation. Yeah, he's funny.
You can be nice, but you can still suck.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying personality-wise.
I mean, he was average last year. He was just average and whatever. The Jamal Williams is irrelevant. He's funny, great personality, not necessary to this football team, especially if DeAndre Swift is healthy moving forward. What other questions do we have in the chat? Adam, you and Raj going to do the Alavila thing? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Adam, can we get you verified on Twitter or what? I don't even know what that is.
When you have the little blue check mark, it
Oh,
means,
the white check?
No, the blue check.
Oh, it's a blue check?
Yeah.
How do you do it? Do I have to like apply for it?
You have to like be a real person. I don't know.
Oh, I'm not real?
No.
Oh, well. Who is a better head coach, Mel Tucker or Juwan Howard? Mel Tucker. But why different sports?
Second that one.
Yeah,
it was
What are we doing
That
here?
was a little weird.
I mean,
Get a better question.
what do I got to do to get a
matters
follow
to
back on
shots.
Twitter? You know what, Aaron? I'm going to do that right now.
Oh, how nice of you.
You better not have a fake profile. I'm going to search your name, and if it's not there, I'm going to report you.
Okay.
You don't follow me, jackass.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's
So I'm not following you.
You're out.
Adam, can you tell me what your thoughts are on Boston winning it all and Colorado winning it all? Boston's not winning it all, number one. And two, I think Colorado are a problem. I don't think Tampa Bay three-peats.
They can't pull
I
it off.
wanna
There's
see
no
it.
way.
I want to see it so bad. Vasilevsky has to play out of his mind to stop that team. I don't think it's going to happen.
No, Colorado's playing way too good right now.
I agree.
They're on like a hot streak too. They're not going to let this one go.
How good is Justin Herbert looking this year? Justin Herbert's looking fantastic.
Justin Herbert always looks fantastic. You know what I'm saying?
Justin Herbert, go Chargers.
Adam, what is it with you talking about sex and screwing? Listen, that's a part of life. If it makes you uncomfortable,
Leave.
mute.
Stay out.
Mute and leave. I mean, I can't help you, Jack. Adam, what's the biggest woman? You know what? Maddie asked me this question.
We just talked about this.
Maddie
literally
asked me
yesterday.
the biggest woman I've been with was roughly like 125 pounds, maybe.
Yeah, Adam likes little girls. Oh, like tiny girls.
Maddie says worse things than I do. No shot they win 3 cups in a row. NHL doesn't want that. I don't know, Bourne. I don't know. I think it's an amazing accomplishment. It hasn't happened since the Islanders.
It would be sweet, but I just don't see it.
It would be amazing to watch. That's just impossible. All right, Aaron. I will follow you after the show. I promise. Let's see. Bolts in 6. I don't know, Vinny. If the Bolts are winning, it's going to happen in 7. The Avalanche are going to win their fair share of games. It's going to be a tough series. It's either the Avalanche win in 5 or the Avalanche win in 6 or 7. I don't know. It's just going to be the Avalanche no matter what. I don't see the Lightning winning. It's going to be impossible. Why will you give the Pistons 5 years to turn it around with 12 guys, but Campbell only gets 2 years to build a 53-man roster? You ready for this, Scott?
What in the hell is going on?
Basketball is different than football. In football, you can go from 3-13 to 12-5.
What is this voice?
Sean McVay took over the Rams after 10 straight losing seasons. They win the division. They win 10, 11 games. Then they get to the Super Bowl in year 2. Good head coaches turn it around right away. Good head coaches deliver right away. That's why, man. That's why. Oh, and you have a GM, by the way, who's adding a shit ton of talent to your football team. That's why. And why the Pistons 5 years? Are you signing any free agents, notably in the summer? Are you going to get Devin Booker? Are you going to go out and get John Morant, Zion Williamson? No, the hell you're not. They're not coming to Detroit. When has a free agent ever come to the Detroit Pistons? Oh, wait, they haven't. So shut the hell up and wait for Cade Cunningham to enter his prime. And that typically takes the average superstar 5, 6, 7 years. That's why, you dumb fuck. In the NFL, it takes about 2 to 3 years. I love Owen's smile. Owen's, this is all new to Owen. Got to take this easy.
It's just funny because he like actually cackles at your jokes and nobody
I know.
else does.
I appreciate the hell out of Owen.
Funny stuff.
Owen makes me feel good. Not in that way.
Westfall just sits there like.
Westfall just stands there, rubs his nipples all the time. It's a whole different problem we have here. How confident are you in the backups this season? Who cares about the backups? If Jared Goff plays bad, this is a bad team. If Jared Goff plays good, this is a good team. If Jared Goff gets hurt, this is a bad team. Who cares? Who cares? Fish, nobody cares about Australia. Go rub your nipples somewhere else, buddy.
Oh my god.
All right, let's see. What else we have? We need, Rake says, I need the Avalanche to win. I had them at 9-1. Yeah, rooting for you, buddy. Good luck. Good luck. Adam, you look like Alex Avila.
Yikes.
God, I'm ugly then. Holy shit. I'm glad none of you told me up until now. Thanks, guys. Oh, goodness. What other questions do we have in the chat this morning? Oh, my God. Hope my wife doesn't find out. Hey, Adam, what do I have to do to get a follow on Twitter? I am following you. Scott, I will follow you back. Scott and Aaron get follows today. Nobody else.
Wow.
Nobody else. We're going to limit it to 2 a day. Sorry, I just get very busy throughout the day, so I'm usually never even on Twitter. Adam, did Maddie send you a picture of Blake in bed? Did she pull a chick move and like she did with the Pats wide out? Damn.
What?
Wow.
So Maddie sent me a picture
I did no such thing.
of Blake Griffin in the DMs.
I did no such thing.
And Maddie also confirmed
Oh, where are we going?
that she smashed this individual. Now, this could be the NBA Blake Griffin. It could be somebody that we label as Blake Griffin. That you will need to find out.
Nobody knows. Nobody needs to find
Steve
out.
Yzerman spend this offseason? I do expect him to. This is the offseason to do it. The money's there. The money's coming. I expect him to spend not only this year, I expect him to spend big in 2023. I think that's the year where you're going to see a lot of money come out from Steve Yzerman. Need a call-in number, guys? It's always there, 313-552-6322. But there's only 2 minutes left, so just so everybody knows, yeah, Terry is not in on Tuesdays. So it's usually a solo show. We have a good time.
Terryless Tuesdays.
Terryless Tuesdays. Blake Griffin is washed up, by the way.
Okay, we're gonna leave.
Maddie, would you if
we're gonna leave
if that Blake Griffin,
we're
not the
gonna
one we're
leave
talking
Blake Griffin
about?
out of this.
I don't know. It's very important.
Would I smash? 10 out of 10.
That Blake Griffin?
Yeah,
Not yours.
both.
You would smash Blake Griffin?
Huh?
Oh God, hurt.
Yes, it's the same one.
I like that, Alex.
There's 2 Blake Griffins. One has a kid with someone. All right, we don't need to do
We're
this.
gonna chill.
We don't need to do this right now.
We're
All
gonna
right, smash or pass, Maddie? This is the question from the chat.
Smash
or pass? Fish.
Smash for sure.
All right, Justin.
For sure.
All right, Alex.
For sure.
All right, Maddie smashes everybody. Everybody have a great day.
smash
We
all
are
the
done
coworkers.
for today. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Don't be like Fish's mom. Don't be like Maddie.
No, Judy's amazing.
What is that supposed to mean?
Shout out to
Your
Judy.
mom's a lesbian, Fish. I'm sorry. Someone had to break the news to you. Somebody, she
She
slept with...
watches the show every day.
I'm sorry, Judy, but I didn't tell you to go have a drink with Maddie. That is cardinal sin number 1. You guys all have a great day. Everybody can get it. I don't give a shit. We'll see you tomorrow.
Stop swearing, you